Hey everybody, this is Everyone Loves Pirates, and welcome to another Dwarf Fortress video. Yay, and this is going to be an actual fortress. So this is actually just kind of going to be the setup. So you may want to skip this if you just want to get into gameplay, but for those of you who are interested in how we decided to make this world, well, yeah, there you go. Here it is. It's been a little while. This is Dwarf Fortress 2014. I'm believing that it's stable enough and has Dwarf Therapist working well enough where I'm willing to give it a shot for an actual fortress that may last for potentially quite a long time. Hopefully. Or hopefully not. Depends on your definition of fun, right? Capital fun. In Dwarf Fortress world, that's usually a very short time for a world. So I'm going to be a little mindful of the kind of buggy situation that's possible still in the game, but there's always bugs in Dwarf Fortress especially, but you know, just I want to make sure it's running good enough for this series and not get halfway into it and have to stop because my computer caught on fire. So let's try smaller, and we're gonna do a very short history because there's a lot more history. I don't know what the word is for it. There's a lot more processing going on with the history. So not only does it create a history from like the beginning of time, which in this case would be 5 years ago, but it also, every time you play it, or even while you're playing it, it's continuously paying attention to other civilizations, what's going on, and the shorter it has to remember stuff and all that kind of stuff, I think the better. So we're going to be the first of our kind. I know sometimes people don't really care for that as much. I usually do that, though, to be honest, because, yeah, why not? I want to create history. I don't want to live in the shadow of it. Yeah. We're going to do low civs. And since we can't really visit a lot of these places, it's not like we're in adventure mode, I'm going to go low number of sites as well. Now, I don't mind having large beasts. Large beasts can be a lot of fun. I don't think we need to do high, because I usually see plenty of them anyways on medium. So let's start on medium. I haven't really have a great idea of like exactly what I'm going to do once we get to our embark site yet, but there's something I want to do in the past was actually to be dwarves, right? You see people play Dwarf Fortress and they're outside doing crops and fighting out in the sun. Dwarves don't do that. Dwarves live inside. Screw the goblins, screw the caravans possibly even. Let's go down and fight everything that's in the caverns underneath our home and those forgotten beasts, and possibly we mine too much adamantium and stuff. Yeah, natural savagery medium is probably fine as well. I'm going to put mineral currents up to probably frequent. I don't know if we have to go all the way to everywhere. Hopefully we get the stuff we need so we don't have to trade so much. But let's see what we get out of this. So we're going to have, looks like a little Pangea map here. Yeah, and we can take a look at it. I mean, it is awfully small, but that could be interesting. I don't think I've ever done a smaller world like this before. Let's give it a shot. Worst thing that happens is this video never sees the time of day. So we'll start playing in Fortress mode, and once again, we could always see it in Adventure mode. We could start in Adventure mode, and maybe even some of the dwarfs we adventured with would end up joining our fortress. So there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do in Dwarf Fortress. Very, very, just very incredibly deep, and that's what we love, right? We love the depth. So I'm going to use our find desired location, even though this place isn't all that big, and I probably will stick with a 3x3 embark site. I might make it a 1 wider or something like that, narrow, or not narrower, but taller, in order to maybe grab something that looks interesting. But right now we'll stick with that. I'm going to leave all these not applicable pretty much, except for no, what I really want is I need a flux-stone layer. I don't want an aquifer, but I did turn that off in the kind of starter pack thing. But I'm going to just say no here as well. And I do want a river. And honestly, I do want deep and shallow metals. Gives us a better chance of finding stuff. And usually you are going to have some soil and clay. I don't really care about the clay so much. Soil helps kind of getting into the mountain quicker. And I think there's a few minerals and stuff we might want to find. And if there's a soil layer, we have a better chance. Like I believe coal might be one of those. Actually, let's do... let's leave it on NA, but we'll try to prioritize ones that do have it. Okay, let's do our search. And luckily search will be super fast because, yeah, look, it's pretty much the entire darn map. Uh, let's see. Should we try this again? So what else? What other things do we definitely want? I'm gonna go no on evil, low evil, medium, high. I want none. Because I don't want, like, you know, body parts coming back to life or something like that. That's not the kind of gameplay that I particularly enjoy. I'm actually not quite sure what drainage would look for. See, I don't want like a ton of soil either. Let's do some. Okay, that lowered things a bit. Now, we don't want to be particularly close to where we started either. And just so we don't have to deal with water freezing, let's do a medium temperature. Really, there's a X down here in what's usually ice. Medium temperature, huh? Okay. Let's browse the results, because we know it's basically anything on here kind of works. What is this? The Badlands. Oh, wait, that one. The Rocky Wasteland. Well, we definitely don't want to be there. I am using the Phobius tile pack. Okay, those are forests. I do want maybe a little bit. See, the temperature's cold there. I do want temperate. What do we have on this side of the map? Ooh, we could get on the... I haven't done a coastal play in a long time. Sometimes it's hard to get fresh water here. But the stream should give us that. But it kind of washes back into it as well. I really don't want to be super warm. What do we have over here? Temperate, wilderness surrounding, sparse trees, some other vegetation. Obviously, if I can remember my keys, what are my keys? Move local area. There we go. There we go. We can get into like quite a bit of trees and stuff like that. The important stuff though is those deep metals, shallow metals, and the flux stone. And there's a little soil. I think we do want some soil. So if we come down here a little bit further. Calm surroundings. Well, it doesn't need to be calm. We do want trees though. We're kind of right in a weird area. Woodland. Okay, so we got no. Oh, we do have flux. We have shallow metal, deep metal, little soil. The brook is the wallow wheats, the living bitterness. I like that. It's a shrubland. Not bad. Okay, so how many biomes are we across right now? Ooh, I don't want to do that. So if we put the river in the middle, we get 2 biomes. And the other biome has some other metals and stuff, but no soil. And no trees. It's probably pretty rocky here, is my guess. That could be a decent place to start. And oh crud, I always use the wrong keys when I play this game for the first time in a long time. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, we just grab a little bit more of that tree land. I'm trying to figure out whether I should prioritize soil or... let's see, let's look at some other modes here. So, of course, we're at war with the goblins. We only have 1 civilization. It's early in time. Okay, so it's low elevation. Yeah, I imagine that the rocky area was going to be where the hills are. Actually, that's pretty steep cliffs. Okay. Maybe we do want to do it that way. Got a little hill over there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. See how much of that river we end up getting. Okay, let's embark. Why not? So I like to prepare for the journey carefully. Unfortunately, that can take quite a bit of time. But I already warned you not to watch this. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this too. So we have our 7 dwarfs, because that's the way the stories go. Man, it has been a while since I've done this. Miners aren't that big a deal, especially when you have soil to work with. It looks like we're going to be going straight into the rock to start with. Now, see, here's what I would normally do, and I probably won't do this for you guys, but what I normally do is I look at each one of these guys and be like, okay, so he's clumsy. We don't want him doing anything. We don't want him to be a warrior. He's susceptible to disease. Questionable spatial sense. I'm looking at the red text, by the way, and a large deficit of willpower. So this guy's not going to be all that useful. He might make a decent miner or something. So then, I'd make a little note kind of in my head, or I just start, giving him some skill that I think that he'd be good at. And sorry, I'm going to turn off the ringer on my phone because I want to get content ID'd on Zelda stuff. And so, what was he? He was spatial sense, deficit of willpower. He'd actually probably make a decent bookkeeper. So I might come down here and be where's our bookkeeper? It's been a while. Record keeper. And just throw a couple points into record keeping just so I can remember. The other option is I could always just customize him and give him a profession name of bookkeeper. 2Ks in that? Trader, leader, something like that. And I know what that guy might be good at, or what I'll end up having him do. Let's do the F12 thing. True type fonts. I'm not, still kind of do the blanking out letters every now and then. So then I go view this guy. Okay, so he's slow to tired, but he's weak. He has poor empathy, deficit of willpower, very clumsy, kinetic sense. Once again, a guy that's not going to work particularly well with his hands. But this guy might make for a good miner, so we can do miner or something like that. And then, or maybe even a fisher or something. So he has all the stuff you don't really care about: affinity for language and musical sense. Spatial sense and intuition is good on some things, but being very clumsy, kinetic sense is not good. But I mean, yeah, fishing could be good. Maybe, we'll see. Very flimsy, slow to heal, natural ability with music, la-di-da, iffy memory, poor analytical abilities, and meager creativity. Well, that could be like a fisher or something, maybe. Okay, and then this one is rarely sick. He has great affinity for language, creativity, lots of willpower, good sense, poor empathy, and little patience. Actually, those things aren't bad for someone who would maybe have some military ability. So we might make him, I don't know, captain. And this guy's clumsy. He absolutely detests hamsters. I'm with you. He has a great ability. Not really. I don't really care too much about hamsters. He has a great ability to focus, very good sense of empathy, but has very little patience. Once again, kind of similar. We might make him like our mason guy, or I'm trying to remember what stuff we need. It's not a bad idea. Let's just jump up here real quick. We definitely want to get a mason going quickly. If he already has some masonry skill, that helps a lot because we need to kind of bang out some stuff fairly quickly. What was his? Oops. What's this thing again? Not patient, but he focuses well and is clumsy. He might make it for a good cook. Always need a good cook. Like that's one of the things that I like to have from the very onset. So make him the cooker dwarf, right? Sounds like he's making meth instead of amazing stews, but he's not. So we have a tough dwarf here. She is quick to tire and very slow to heal. She detests jumping spiders. She has no positive things at the bottom. Great. Of course, none of this stuff is particularly bad either. Not our trader, for sure. What do we need still? Maybe quick to tire. Don't want her to be our mason. Don't want her doing anything that's important. You know, honestly, the quick to tire might get better over time. We might make her a miner as well. I'm gonna leave that for a second. He's indefatigable. He cannot be defatigued. He doesn't fatigue at all. But he's weak. Always, all these positives have the offsetting negative. He has great intuition, very good sense of empathy, but he has a shortage of patience. Wow, very little patience in this starting group. Sounds like a great recipe for fun. We got some new stuff too, actually, that I haven't really paid much attention to. He's personally deeply respects skill at arms and dislikes cooperation. He dreams of mastering a skill. Well, what skill should we give you? Probably our masonry dwarf or the chef. I mean, basically, either one of those could go either way. It seems more fatiguing to be the masonry guy, so let's do. If I throw dwarf on the end of everything, I think that helps me remember that I made it. Okay, so we got a bookkeeper, trader, leader. I like how they shortened that. Actually, can still read it. Obviously, they just took the vowels out, but I like that. Still little things in this game. We got ourselves a miner, a fisher dwarf, our captain of the guard, our cooker dwarf, our peasant, and our mason dwarf. So what do we need? What's the last thing we need? Don't really usually make someone a carpenter off the bat. I don't really care about that. Same thing like the engraving. A lot of this stuff can be learned. Really, we have a better chance probably of just getting a decent weaponsmith instead of making one from the beginning. What else do we have here? Must talk, no dead air. Grower. I mean, we might get some farms going. We really should. But I mean, the fishing takes care of you for so long. But once again, we want to move underground. I got to remember that. I'm trying to remember if the water underground you can actually fish in. I don't know if you can or not. So that fisher dwarf may just be for the beginning. Oh, we do need someone to brew, quite possibly full time, which is another reason why we need farms. Butcher, tanner, all those things can be learned. Yeah, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Got our fighters. Doctors and stuff. I usually don't worry about that either. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think there's really anything we particularly need. So I could put give him some mining skill. Or, I mean, the other one is have a distiller just right off the bat. And pretty much anyone who comes in, I'm going to make a farmer, any of our migrants. But that's the thing, I want to make like our farms indoors too, so which either means flooding a room, even though that's not 100% necessary anymore, if I remember correctly. But if we can breach the caverns really quickly, we can get mushrooms and stuff growing indoors and various things that we can do there. We can graze animals indoors. So that's going to be our main kind of priority, is really probably getting down the caverns as soon as possible, even if we just wall them up. We want to let the spores out so we can do stuff indoors. So let's just, I may remember something later that we need. Okay, so I think we'll make them adequate there. Some things like that. Maybe a negotiator or something when it comes to trading. I mean, really, if it's the same way before, the food is so expensive that you don't really even need to negotiate for it. And once again, we may not end up doing a lot of trader. We'll find a way to get our trading indoors as much as possible. And yeah, we may not waste a whole lot of points on this guy. What do you like? Conglomerate, tin, purple spinel, coral, a lot of stuff. Ooh, battle axes. Yeah, we don't want you to become like a noble. Geese. Wow. First to consume tigerfish and quinoa beer. Quinoa. I didn't realize you could grow quinoa or make beer out of it. Is that the thing? Is there quinoa beer out there? I wonder if that makes it like gluten-free. Interesting. Maybe I should I got some quinoa in my fridge. Not a particular fan of it, but maybe I should throw it in some water and see what it ferments into. Anyways, that's for another video. Yeah, whatever. I'm wasting time as usual. What is it? Yeah, 20 minutes, and we haven't even picked up our supplies yet. Miner. We'll just make you fairly competent to start with. I mean, that's something that skills up pretty quick too, but we may be going into the rock pretty quick, so we may want a decent miner to do that. Growers are farmer, right? I think so. Okay, Fisher Dwarf. So Fisher Dwarf needs, yes, a fisherman. And also some swimming ability. Where is swimmer? There it is. Is there a reason why I can't give you swimming skill? I'm out of points already. Do we get a lot less points to start with? Huh. Quite possibly, yes. Okay. Let's go down to adequate miner. Let's oops. Swimmer, 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 swimmer. Where'd you go? There it is. Ah. Wow. Okay, so we got. Maybe we just start with a lot of stuff now. Okay, we don't need any thread, cloth, bags. Actually, we might need a little bit if there's a special mood. So. It's just so expensive. I'm trading for it. Bags aren't horrible. Let's get rid of the ropes. Get rid of the quivers. Now we got lots of points. I'll keep a bucket, a splint, a crutch. Man. Do need 2 picks. Do want an axe to cut down trees, but we don't need 2 of them. We're starting with a steel anvil. That's a bit of an overkill, right? Let's see if we just have an iron anvil. Oh, I'm trying to remember where it is. We just search for it. Just under meat. What are anvils? Miscellaneous? Nope. Though I will start maybe with a little lye and coke. See if soap making works now. And what were we looking for? Anvils. Tools? Jugs, pots, boxes. Okay, actually, let's do it this way. This might be a horrible way of doing it. Let's get rid of the steel anvil and then look, because that might be our problem. It may only be steel anvil. Yep, that's all they have. Okay. Very expensive. But since we may not focus a whole lot on trading, it may be wise to bring it with. I mean, we'll trade a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so what else can I definitely get rid of? That's really about it. Okay, let's see what happens when we come back here. But I need to get this guy to adequate swimmer. Our captain is going to be an axe dwarf because we have an axe. Adequate axeman. And I mean, he may end up training people, so I'm going to give him a little bit of kind of everything. Hopefully he'll start with some of this stuff, maybe. Probably not. At least have a little bit of points in it. Kind of makes me want to make him a teacher, but I don't know how much I'm going to focus on the military right off the bat. Give him Dodger. And worse comes to worse. Just in case, let's give him swimmer. As long as he's novice, he can like learn. Okay, good enough. Cooker dwarf. This one is important. Where's our cooking? Not a cooker. Where's cooker? Might be chef. Keep an eye out for both. Cook. There it is. Yeah. Was it going to be cost me another 9 to bring them up to proficient? Honestly, I think this is the best way to make money off the bat to trade. So I'm going to do it. It's a big point sink, but I'm going to do it. This one, this peasant, I'm actually going to just give a couple points into mining as well. And then our mason dwarf. Okay, so this is kind of important. We need someone to be a building designer. Oops. I usually make it my mason, which isn't always a great idea because I put a lot on my mason's shoulders. Okay, let's make them competent. Let's also make them a competent building designer, I guess. Make all the buildings look fairly nice. I think we need to make him, or at least somebody, an architect, right? Or is that the building designer thing? It might be the building designer thing. Not, it'd probably be down here. That's all our doctoring stuff. There's all of our talking ability stuff. Okay, I think that's good. Not concentration. You can give them concentration? I think that's a new one. But I still think it falls under like leading slash military stuff. Actually, I think all these kind of, like from student down, are all kind of military things as well. Okay. So as you can see, we didn't put a lot into, we didn't use up everything that they can do over here. But now we got some points to spend. So we can keep our steel anvil. Buys pretty cheap. I'm going to grab 21, which should give us an extra, like, unit kind of thing. Like, so the trick is you get things, unless the numbers have changed, a lot of these things come in like your wine and stuff. 20 is how much fits in a barrel. So if you go to 21, you get 2 barrels. You get one of 20 and one of 1. And that gives you a way where you can kind of get free barrels and not have to bring them. Now, of course, we don't want to run out of this kind of stuff. And we do have not a lot of points, but we have plenty of points. We may want to go to 41 on some of those. But let's see what drinks we have. Rum. Yeah, let's grab some rum too. Let's get to 21 rum if we can. And we're not bringing any food with us right now, so we do need to bring food. Plump helmet spawn is probably going to be the thing we want the most of. Pigtail seeds, to be honest, I don't really need any of those. Cave wheat, sweet pods, I don't need any sweet pods. I don't need rock nuts. Oh, I definitely don't need any dimple spawn. Oh, we do have some dog tripe and stuff. Okay. So that can be made into beer. Really, that's just to make sure that we get our liquor, this stuff. Dimple cups are just for dye and garbage like that. Okay, so now the other trick is you get one of like every type of food that only costs 2. We don't need to bring pump helmets. We can grow them. Okay. So we got our dogfish, our dog tripe, our cave fish. I know this is a long video, but once again, I didn't really expect a whole lot of people to watch it. So I'm just going to kind of go like this and just grab a lot of stuff. This way, one, we get variety. Two, at least the way it was before, is you get like a different, they each come in a barrel. It takes forever to move it into your place, but at the same time, it's a lot of free barrels. And I don't like doing a lot of carpentry to start with, so... I'm not even looking at what it is, just as long as it's 2. Oops. Now I gotta do... Ah! Having a hard time getting my... rhythm. Ah! My phone's also vibrating, so I'm having a hard time paying attention. Stop calling me! Don't you people know I'm recording a video? Okay, that's quite a lot of food, to be honest. At least as much as it was going to start us with. And we're going to have a lot of fish and stuff as well. So let's just kind of look at the stuff that we want. Oh, that's one thing I forgot about. We forgot to take our animals. So... let's get both kinds of cats. That work? Do I have to hit N? No, I think that works. Okay. Oh, I need to add. There we go. One cat. One cat. And then... one dog, one dog. Okay, and with the rest that we have left, let's get... let's look at seeds again real quick. So sweet pods can be made into liquor, I believe. Pigtails cannot. Rock nuts cannot. No, I think I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the weapons and stuff too. Grab one of each of those, but that doesn't really matter all that much. Same with eggs. Don't need to bring wood along. Stone, metal bars, sand, glass, clay. Actually, that is something that might be worthwhile. Let's bring... this will get us some extra bags. Sand comes in bags, so basically we're buying a bag for 1, plus we're getting a little sand. Yay. Glass. I'm going to get a little... it's expensive. Never mind, I'll wait for trading. We won't get a artifact immediately. Cheeses are always super expensive. Oh, the gypsum plaster to make casts. Don't need any extracts. Barrels, buckets, quivers, flasks, bags, threads, ropes, scriptures, miscellaneous. We got all of that we really needed. Okay, so we have 31 points left over. Let's probably get a little more alcohol would be my guess. Coke's a little too expensive. Let's get some... rum is what sweet pots get made into, yeah. Let's get some... it's more rum since we're not bringing... can we get to 41? Not quite. Let's do 31 for fun. And where are our seeds? Plump helmet spawn. Let's get the rest in plump helmet spawn. There we go. Okay, so we need to name our fortress and name our group. Let's do some random names. Entry cities, Lanternabyss. Well, that's almost perfect. we're going down, probably, into the caverns. Yeah, I'll take that. Escape, done. Name the group. The Splatter Bridge, Divine Rampart, whatever. Eviscerated Glazes, Inky Fortress Post. Tempting. It's awfully long. I would kind of want something a little shorter. I'll probably put in the title of the video. Misty City. Yeah. I always see paints. That one is like the stupidest one too, if you ask me. Colorless boots. Roof of scars. I do like that. Okay, we'll take that. See if I can work it into the title or not. Alright, that's it. 35 minutes in. I promise you the regular videos will not be that long. And of course, I'm going to break that promise. One last look at our dwarves. That's who we're going off with. And embark. Okay, so I hit the button. It takes a little while sometimes. Especially in the earlier version. Who knows with this version. This is my first time playing Fortress mode in 2014. So we have arrived after journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness. Beyond your harsh track is finally... Yeah, I should pay attention. With the tile set, I lose the what do you call it, punctuation, and I have a hard time reading it. So actually, I'm going to end this episode right here. We can start up the next episode from this point. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you all then. Bye-bye.